Less than 24 hours after Shohei Ohtani was allegedly bound for Toronto, he instead has signed a 10-year, $700 million contract to play for the Los Angeles Dodgers, a record-breaking deal that will resonate across the entire sports world for years to come. Hi, I'm James with Faithful Angelino Sports with a special report. The Dodgers have landed the biggest catch in the free agent market, further crippling many other teams for years down the road. And if you enjoy talking about the Dodgers, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We talk Dodger baseball almost every day here. Now, unlike rumors to the Blue Jays, which were erroneously reported by John Morosi of MLB.com, this deal was announced by Ohtani's agent on social media. So it's not some phantom plane going across the country. It's fact. The contract shatters the previous largest contract in baseball, ironically one signed by his former teammate, the Angels' Mike Trout. It breaks that mark by $250 million. The deal, however, defers a lot of money, and this is strategic for the Dodgers. The reason for that is to help keep the Dodgers around the competitive payroll tax thresholds. If they're too far over it for a certain number of years, you face stiffer and stiffer penalties. And that in turn would limit you from being able to sign additional talent in the future. People within the game are calling the amount of deferrals in the salary unprecedented. The contract, by the way, not only shatters the record for Major League Baseball, it's the largest in professional sports history. It is even larger than the contract that Lionel Messi signed when he went to FC Barcelona in 2021. That contract was for $674 million. And that was despite the Dodgers slashing payroll over the last 2 years in a thinly veiled, clearly obvious attempt that they were doing whatever it took to sign him. This was a multi-year effort. For example, remember the Padres when they splurged over the last couple of years, trading for Juan Soto, for example. The reason the Dodgers weren't making a massive play for Soto? Shohei Ohtani. That's why. Adding Ohtani to a lineup with Mookie Betts, with Freddie Freeman, it could lift the Dodgers. By the way, the Dodgers are a team that doesn't have a lot of problems scoring runs in the first place, into one of the game's historically elite offenses. Yeah, right there with the Yankees of the 1920s. Consider, for example, a potential lineup with Ohtani at leadoff, followed by Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman in the 3-hole, then Will Smith and Max Muncy. That lineup already matches up with Atlanta. By the way, Atlanta did make a play for Shohei Ohtani. It also further pushes back the San Francisco Giants, who wanted to rebuild their entire franchise around him. They have been desperately looking for a superstar on that team for the last couple of years. And by the way, you also have to ask yourself, how did the Toronto Blue Jays recover from this? Particularly since 24 hours ago, everybody was convinced that that abomination of journalistic malpractice committed yesterday was fact. That we were going to see Ohtani north of the border. Now, as for the player himself, he's one of the game's, he's not just the game's best two-way player when healthy. Baseball is so compartmentalized, he was the only legitimate two-way player when healthy. Matter of fact, he is arguably the most effective hitter/pitcher since Babe Ruth. Now, his pitching career has obviously been temporarily shelved due to Tommy John surgery. He is an international superstar who was expected to sign a contract even though he can't pitch next year. He was expected to sign a contract for at least $500 million. He will be able to hit in time for opening day, but recovery time for pitchers from Tommy John surgery is usually about 18 months. And by the way, it is possible that when he returns, he might not be a starting pitcher anymore. He might just be a reliever. Ohtani spent his first 6 years in Anaheim. The Angels were never considered a serious player to retain him. And by the way, if you're wondering why he's in Dodger blue, Ohtani has never reached the playoffs with the Anaheim Angels. So I've had people ask me, what about the Giants? What about the Giants? Well, for Pete's sake, they haven't been a playoff contender in quite a while either. Toronto can make the playoffs, but does Ohtani automatically put him on the same level, put his team on the same level as the Texas Rangers? Now, to be clear, Ohtani coming to LA does not solve all the Dodgers' problems. For that matter, it doesn't even solve their primary problem, starting pitching. In this whiteboard that I've been keeping for the last month, I have added every single player on the rumor mill allegedly linked to the Dodgers. Ohtani is literally only the second guy to come to LA. Others have gone to other teams. There are 32 players rumored to come to the Dodgers. We're not going to get into rumors here. We are only going to get into fact. What I can tell you is I can't imagine a possibility where the Dodgers think they need to strengthen their lineup anymore. Everything else now comes about this contract. Does this contract keep them competitively, where it's competitively viable for them to sign free agent elite starting pitching, of which the market is very slim? Or does this put them in the market, therefore, to rebuild their starting rotation via trade? We'll have to wait. There will be additional stories that come out about that in the coming days when this contract is fully understood, fully comprehended. But for now, once again, to repeat the top story, Shohei Ohtani joins the Los Angeles Dodgers in the biggest contract in sports history. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comments thread. And if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelinos. We talk LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelinos is a Kian Cortel Queso production. Take care.